If you like listening to podcasts as much as we do, you may want to listen to us while you're working out or going for a run or doing a number of other things. Maybe you're grocery shopping or maybe you listen to us while you're supposed to be working. Whatever it is, if you want to add a beat in the background for some extra motivation, you should check out this new app called Podbeat.
Podbeat is a free mobile app that lets you add any beat style to any podcast for your workout. It's easy to use and free to download in the App Store. Sometimes podcasts may lose your attention because you're just listening to someone talk. With Podbeat, podcasts are a lot more fun.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And the other thing that I really like about Podbeat is that you can choose from a bunch of different beats. So it's not like you're listening to the same thing over and over. There are a ton of options. Some that I prefer myself. I really like the funk beat, which you can hear in the background right now. And another one that's one of my favorites is the trap beat.
I agree. I love the trap beat as well. I also really like that for each beat I pick, I can change the treble, the BPM, the volume, and the bass levels. I'm like my own DJ. It's a lot of fun. Definitely check out Podbeat in the App Store or also on Google Play Store for Android users. Okay, on to the show. Welcome to Rewind, Rewatch. I am Andreen.
And I'm Joel.
We're siblings who are reviewing 90s movies and discussing how well they aged. At the end of the episode, we will give it a rating from 1 to 5. We'll also discuss any themes, any quotes, or anything in general that stood out regarding the movie. So today, we will be discussing Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. This is a 1991 movie. Runtime is 1 hour and 42 minutes, and it's PG-13. This was requested by 3 different listeners.
Mm-hmm.
We have Kashaka, we have Chris, and Thwip Stickers from IG. So shout out to the 3 of y'all. Please continue to send those requests in. We love hearing from you guys. We love the engagement. We love the messages. Keep them coming.
And I didn't realize that this movie was so popular until I kept getting requests from it because I'd actually never seen this movie.
Same, which is crazy.
So this was actually our first time watching the movie was for the podcast. So not technically a rewatch, but still a rewatch since it's, what is it, 33 years old. So
yeah, holy cow. All right, so
starring Christina Applegate.
Big star, yeah, the big star, Christina Applegate. So she was in Married with Children. She played Kelly from 87 to 97.
Are all American girls as beautiful as you?
In their dreams.
Damn, that was on for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's a big show.
Big show. I didn't really watch it a lot. I thought when we were younger, I knew it was on, but it was not something that interested me to watch.
Yeah, I've seen episodes here and there. I feel like I saw them more in syndication.
Yeah.
It's a funny show. It's good. She definitely... Yeah, she was good. She was great in this movie, but she was also really good as Kelly Bundy. And that whole cast was killer.
Absolutely.
Because then the mom ended up on Sons of Anarchy, and then obviously Ed O'Neill ended up on Modern Family. So
yeah. As far as the other children in this movie, I didn't recognize any of those actors. Did you? None of them stood out to me.
I feel like one of her brothers looked familiar, but I couldn't think of where I saw him from.
Yeah, I tried looking him up and nothing stood out for me. Although I will say, did you notice who the receptionist was?
Oh, I noticed. I noticed instantly. And maybe it's because we just watched this movie for the podcast. But the receptionist at the... What is it? I guess it's like a fashion
Yeah, it's some
company.
kind of fashion company that she works for.
She gets a job there, and the receptionist is played by the same woman that plays Zach's mom on Kindergarten Cop.
Correct. And then, of course...
Oh, and then David Duchovny.
David Duchovny. Yeah. So I used to have another massive crush on David Duchovny when I was younger.
I don't think I knew that.
I don't think I told anybody.
All right, well, that explains why I didn't know.
He always plays these douchey guys, in was
Beethoven?
He
was in Beethoven, yeah.
He also was a jerk. And I wasn't really a big X-Files person. I just I see him on the commercials, and he would like, his slicked back hair, and I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. I don't really
And then
know.
he did, what was it, Californication? Later?
Yeah, that was much later on. So those were really the big names that I saw that stood out. Now, let's kind of talk about this plot for a second. So,
Yeah.
the movie opens up and we see Sue Ellen. Sue Ellen is played by Christina Applegate. She's out with her friends. They're going shopping. And the friends are like complaining about like, oh, we're going to Europe again. And instantly I'm like, oh, these are these girls that they have money. They're
Again.
Yeah, exactly.
Again.
And they're in high school.
Every high school movie we've watched so far has like rich teenagers. There's not been a single film that we've reviewed so far on this podcast that had like even like middle class. Like they all have money.
Right.
She
And that's the thing.
doesn't really
Like,
seem to have money though.
That house?
The house is huge.
The house
though.
is massive.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting,
It's a hot mess.
Well, so it's Sue Ellen, and then she has 4 siblings. She has Melissa, who's like the tomboyish little girl.
Mm-hmm.
We see her like burning roaches with a magnifying glass.
As one does.
Yeah. We have Kenny, who is, I would say, maybe a year or 2 younger than Sue Ellen. He's like the one who doesn't really care about listening to his mom. He's like, rock on, and him and his
He's like a piehead loser who wears leather jackets. Like that's basically what he is.
Yeah. Then you have Walter, who's the youngest, who likes to watch game shows all day.
Mm-hmm.
He's fun. And then the last child is that
Zach.
Zach, right? And
The
Zach,
lover boy.
Zach is in love with his girlfriend. Was Cynthia, I think her name is?
Yeah, so he's probably like what, like 11.
Yeah. So I would say it's Sue Ellen,
Then
Kenny,
Melissa,
then Melissa, Zach, Walter. Yeah. Okay. That's how.
Wait, so we have to do the 1 sentence summary.
Oh yes.
Because I feel like we've been slipping on.
I
that
think
the
it's your
past couple
turn
episodes.
because I
Is
think
it
I
my
did.
turn?
I think I did last week.
Okay. So 1 sentence summary of Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. I would say a 17-year-old is forced to support her 4 youngest siblings while her mom is away for the summer after the babysitter dies.
Yeah, that works. I mean, they chose to do so, but they didn't want mom to come back. So basically, she's out with her friends. They're shopping. And they're discussing they're going to Europe, and their friends are like, "Oh, don't you feel bad that like you can't come to Europe with us?" And she's like, "No, it's fine. Like, how's your mom able to afford to go to Australia for the summer, but she can't send you to Europe?" And so she explains that mom has a boyfriend, and the boyfriend is the one who is paying for mom to go to Australia for 2 months. They mention the fact that there is a dad, but the dad isn't really involved in the family anymore. Like, there's a scene where one of the kids says something to the mom about, like, I wish dad was here. And she was like, no, you don't. So
yeah, we don't see that at any point. There's also a point where they're looking for money and they're trying to figure out what to do next. And one of them says, we should blackmail dad.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, like, obviously something's going on with dad. And he has enough skeletons in the closet where the kids feel like they can blackmail him. And he's obviously not present.
Yeah.
So that's really all we know.
Yeah, it's sad. But since dad has left, I mean, yeah, the house is in disarray. No one's doing any types of dishes, laundry. There's no sweeping.
Disarray is like, that's like a really
Understatement.
Oh my God, bro. Because the thing is, it's 5 kids in the house.
Yeah.
The mom does not seem to have any sense of control.
Oh, God.
So it's like nobody's really paying attention to her. The kids are doing what they want. They're not cleaning up after themselves. They're not getting good grades. Sue Ellen is just graduated from high school. She has really no plans to go to college. Not to say that everybody needs to go to college, but she does not seem to be in agreement with her mother.
Right.
And it's like, mom wants certain things to happen for her kids or for the house, and the kids are just like, no. Like, they're just kind of just doing whatever they want.
Well, there's no repercussions, apparently. Like, they're
No.
just kind of, even like there's a scene where like Kenny's getting ready to leave out, and she's like, Kenny, you didn't mow the lawn or wash the dishes. He's like, all right, later, mom. And he just runs out and see his friends. And then it's like, his friend's like, yo, isn't your mom about to leave for the summer? And he's like, oh, you're right. Bye, mom. Have a good summer. It's like,
Nah, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. There's no sense of family. It's just 5 people who live in the same house.
Yes, very much so. So I have a lot to say about this mom and this trip. First,
Say it. Say the things.
First and foremost is she's getting ready to leave. At the last minute, this babysitter shows up. Like, babysitter's like 96.
Mrs. Sturak.
And she shows up and she's like, "Oh, Mrs. Sturak, you sure you can handle all these kids?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "You do know there's 5 of them." And I'm like, is she just now telling this woman how many children she's going to be babysitting?
And Lord knows where she found her from in the first place.
Where she found her. So that was weird, because it's like, you can't control these kids. This old woman can. And then number 2, I was thinking I recently came back from my trip to Dubai, and so I did a lot of traveling lately. And I'm thinking the mom is leaving for a trip to Australia, and she's wearing heels, like a pencil skirt, and like some type of like a nice fancy blouse, and she's carrying a briefcase. And I'm like, you about to be on the plane for how many hours in those heels and that outfit? That is not practical by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, traveling in the movies just means getting in the cab.
Yeah.
There's no, like, the flight there is not a part of it's not factored into the wardrobe.
I'm like, even in business class, I wouldn't want to fly like that. That's not comfortable at all.
Even in lowly business class. You see how she treated us, America? She can't believe people actually travel this way.
No, shut up.
Even if I was one of you poor folks.
No, business class is typically like first class. Like, it's typically the same thing. I was saying, even if I was in first class, I wouldn't want to travel like that. That's what I meant to say.
Okay,
not
all
like
right.
You lowly people in Comfort Plus. I
Okay, all right. I will say Mrs. Sturak seems to be doing a better job than the mom.
Oh, God.
For whatever it's worth. I mean, she's definitely a hard ass, and she's definitely like somebody that the kids are not feeling, because she's trying to restore order in a house that has none. Not to mention, it's not like, oh, I'm going on a trip and I need you to take care of the kids. It's like, I'm leaving all summer. I'm going to be in Australia for the next
crazy.
2 months. And granted, her eldest is 17, which should be old enough to be able to take care of the kids.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that, like, she basically just leaves the babysitter with an envelope of money and is like, this is just going to be, just
enough.
Use this for the summer.
Yeah.
So there's no, like, I don't know. It's not that irresponsible, but it still kind of feels irresponsible considering the fact that it all feels like super last minute. And
yes.
like, I was also wondering, she's supposed to be going to Australia to hang out with her boyfriend, who has, like, they said, like, he has some land there that he wants to show her or something like that.
A sheep farm or something?
Yeah, a sheep farm. So I'm like, does the boyfriend live in Australia?
Yeah.
And she's going to visit him?
It was unclear.
Or does he live there? And if so, why didn't he come to pick her up? Like, it was like, we never actually saw this boyfriend. She just got in a cab and left. So then it was like, who is this guy?
I guess it's not really important.
No, it wasn't.
For the plot. But yeah, this babysitter, like, when I tell you she had me dying, because she's just like the sweet, frail old woman while the mom is there.
I wouldn't call her sweet at all.
No, I'm saying when the mom is there.
Oh,
when
yes,
the mom
yes,
is
yes,
there,
yes.
she's like just very like small and like, yes, dear, I'll take care of the kids. And as soon as mom leaves, I mean, she starts whipping them into shape.
Police school.
Yeah, police school is right. She forces poor Melissa to dress like a lady, talking about sugar and spice and everything nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Melissa, of course, she's a tomboy. She wants to wear her jeans and run outside and play with things in the dirt. She's not trying to wear a bow in her hair. She was pissed. And then you have Walter trying to watch TV all day, and she makes him write a report about an animal. I can't quite remember. It was like aardvarks or something.
Yeah. She gave him an encyclopedia.
Yeah, she's like, here, write this report. And he's like, what? I'm trying to watch Pictionary, bro.
Yeah.
And then you have Zach. Oh, man. Was it just me, or does Zach kind of remind you of like Alfalfa from the Little Rascals?
Zach is a certified lover boy.
He was giving me Alfalfa vibes for sure. Like,
Zach was on a hot date.
Yo, he was in the back of a car with this girl.
Talking about how she reminds him of the moon or something like that.
Yeah.
Cynthia, you're my moon goddess.
cheese.
You don't call women that? You never had a
No, I didn't have that in my repertoire.
Man, you need to add that.
Meanwhile, Kenny is not even home.
Kenny's out getting high with his
Like
friends.
Kenny, I don't even know if Kenny even met the babysitter.
No, he was out.
He was just like,
out.
this has nothing to do with me.
He was out. And so the poor babysitter goes to Kenny's room, and this is where I think this is kind of what caused her death. Because she walked into Kenny's room and she couldn't believe what she was seeing. First of all, he's disgusting. There's food everywhere. There's like a pizza crust on his record player. There's clothing under his bed. Then of course the posters were just like, it was either like demons or boobs. Like that that was his whole room. It was like a mess, demons, and breasts. That's all that was in Kenny's room.
Wow.
And so she walks in and she's like, oh. Next time we see her, she's dead. So I feel like
demons and breasts.
I feel like Kenny's what killed her.
It did kind of feel that way. It's like she was so taken aback by just like the nudity and the rock and roll posters and just the
Satanic Panic, baby.
Yeah. All right, I can't put it any better than that.
So they discover her that she is dead, deceased in this chair, and now they're like, well, what do we do with her body? And so the first thought is, oh, we'll call the cops, they'll take him away. But then, of course, if the cops come, the cops are going to be like, where's your mom? They're going to call their mom, and mom's going to be forced to cut her vacation short. And so my question is, the kids are like, oh, we don't want to come back home. Do you think it was more of, we feel like mom deserves this vacation, or was it like, we just want to let it ride for ourselves for the summer?
It was absolutely the second. It was absolutely the latter. Like, they didn't care about mom's vacation. Because the whole thing is, they're excited. Even the first scene when she's hanging out with her friends, she's like, yo, it's lit. Like, my mom's going to be gone all summer. I'm at the house myself, be able to drive my mom's car. And, like, it's freedom from mom. So this is the only thing she's thinking about. And you can assume that her siblings are on the same time. So it's like, yeah, we don't want mom coming back early. And we want to be able to still enjoy our summer without mom.
But I feel like there was one part where she did say to her girlfriends, like, mom deserves this trip. Like, I feel like she did say something to that effect.
Okay.
So maybe maybe Sue Ellen is the only one that might be considering her mom a little bit. Let's say that. So at this point, they decide, oh, we need to actually get food because the mom had told the babysitter that she did not have time to stock up the fridge. And so they're about to run to the store and they realize, like, I'm skipping ahead. They decide they gotta get rid of the body first. That's what they have to do. So they have this chest or this trunk, and they somehow fit the woman in there. Melissa suggests they cut her head off to fit the body.
Sure.
To fit the body in there. They don't do that, thankfully. They place the body in there, and then they drive this chest to a
mortuary.
Yeah. And they basically just drop it off with a note. And you can tell, like, a child did this because the note says, nice old lady inside died of natural causes.
That's true.
And no one questioned this. They just...
Well, what are they going to do? There's a dead body on your doorstep. What are you going to do?
Yeah, but I feel like, wouldn't they call the cops and be like, this was delivered to our...
Yeah, they probably
I would think they would...
maybe. But, for the purposes of the plot,
yeah,
we didn't need cops being involved.
So they get rid of the body. And then they decide we have to get groceries. That's what happened. And so they're getting ready to go to the store. They have this envelope, and the envelope is empty. There's no money in there. And they realize, oh, man, the babysitter must have put it somewhere in the house. They tear the house up, even worse than it was before. Money's not there. So now what are they going to do for food? What's the plan?
Well, now somebody's got to get a job.
And we know Kenny.
And the only two people that could get a job was Sue Ellen and Kenny, who are the only two that are old enough to do so.
Right.
So they end up flipping a box of Celeste's home pizza.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, Celeste.
Those are really good.
I forgot about Celeste. Celeste was popping in the 90s.
It really was.
So they flip the Celeste box, and Sue Ellen wins or loses, I guess, depending on how you want to look at it. So she's like, oh, I bet I can get a job. I can get like a cool job at like the mall, or I can get a job at like a clothing store.
Real easy.
But that doesn't really work out for her, and she ends up getting a job at the Clown Dog.
That place was disgusting.
It's like a chili dog, hot dog restaurant.
Yeah.
It seems like it was in like one of those restaurants that's in an amusement park.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
So it's like when you go to like Six Flags and the people who are working concessions, it's like that.
Yeah.
And it's miserable, and her boss is like overly chippy.
Yeah. Do it with a smile.
Do it with a smile as I'm like slopping chili onto people's hot dogs.
And not just that.
Having to clean these disgusting vats of oil.
There were no customers there. It was the end of the night and they were cleaning up and he's like, you almost got it, but where's your smile? And it's like, why? Who am I smiling for?
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's where she meets Brian, the coworker. And instantly I'm like,
The heartthrob, baby.
I'm like, coworker / love interest? Because
Of
you
course.
know, you have to have a love interest in these movies. And as they're talking, she's saying like how miserable she is. She hates working there. And he's like, why don't you just quit? When she does that,
And she's
the
like,
very
"I
first
bet."
day, she's out of there. So now she's like, I still need this money. Like, what am I about to do? And she ends up getting a job.
Remember, she goes to the library
Oh.
and gets those resume
Right,
books.
resume
Because she's
books.
like, I need to get a job.
A
but-
real job in the office.
Yeah, like I'm not really qualified for a real job. So she basically gets a book that talks about like how to build a resume. And she basically just like copies it line for line, bar for bar, and just like changes a few things to make it seem like she has experience that she doesn't really have.
On a typewriter, nonetheless.
Well,
You remember, remember having one of those bad boys?
it's 1991, baby.
So she's sitting, of
We're
course,
we're barely out of the 80s.
and even the way she's typing, it's like, of course, the one finger type because she has no idea how to type. So she's like one fingering it, typing through her resume. She copies it out and she sees a job posting for a receptionist job at this fashion design company. So she goes out for this interview. This is where we see the receptionist who's from Kindergarten Cop. And the receptionist is like, her attitude, I don't know what her problem is.
She's a true hater.
Oh my gosh.
Because even when she pulls up and she's like, yo, I'm looking for, whoever she's looking for, she's like talking to her like,
You are supposed to go down to personnel. That is on the first floor. There is a great big sign that says personnel. Do you understand?
I'm like, all right.
nah, she was
You
talking
don't-
to her like she was a true fool.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. So while she's there, she's in the wrong location, but it turns out that, what is her name? I can't remember the name, but the lady who's like the boss shows up and she's like, oh, what's going on? And she's like,
Rose.
Thank you. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm here to apply for the receptionist job. So Rose takes her resume and looks at it and she's like, oh, you're a Vassar girl? What? You're way overqualified for this job. Like, what? Like, why would you?
But it's not just Vassar. It's like she
The experience that she puts.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
puts mad stuff on her resume that's like she worked for Roberto Cavalli and she did this, that, and the third. It's like, what? Like you did all this stuff? It's like, why are you coming here to be a receptionist?
Right.
You're way overqualified.
And also, how old are you? But
Well, that doesn't even come up.
and later on, she does because she says you went for 27, 28, and she's like, yeah,
She's like, yeah, sure.
yeah.
So she's like, well, guess what? Like, I actually was thinking about taking our current receptionist and making her my executive assistant, but you're way more qualified than her. So I'm just going to leave her there and you take the executive assistant job. So she's like, I bet.
Bet, yeah. Which of course, receptionist is gonna be blown because, like, bro, who are you?
And
Where'd you
is.
come from?
And is.
Where'd you come from? And so I like how Sue Ellen goes into her mom's closet and this is how she's able to like don this professional attire. For her first time wearing heels, she is crushing it. I have to say that.
I mean, she needed to do something with this makeover because when we first meet Sue Ellen, when she's hanging out with her friends, she had on like some sort of like Boy George Karma Chameleon
You didn't like her fit?
type outfit. She looked like a fortune teller, bro. Like, I was like, why is she dressed like this? She's smoking a cigarette on a lounge chair in their yard while her mom is trying to convince her to go to college. And she's like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Like, I haven't even applied.
Yeah, right.
So, like, her whole energy is very much just like,
And she wanted to go to the beach and like just chill out.
Yeah. She wants to go to the beach. That's all she cares about this summer. And she's just like a fortune teller. So then that's when she's like, all right, I need to look like an actual adult human who has like work experience.
Not human. The shoulder pads, baby, it was bigger than the 90s.
already.
So she had that.
It's funny because it's like 1991.
Yeah.
So it's like
still kind of 80ish.
there's still a lot of like 80s influence in the way that people are dressing it throughout this movie.
I liked it though. It was very professional.
Not to mention the fashion show at the end. Which
Oh well, good lord.
I have plenty to say about that.
Good lord. So she gets this job, nice office, and Rose is talking to her about the responsibility she has in this new position. And of course, she has no idea what any of these terms mean.
No.
How to work this computer, how to do anything. But she does learn something called petty cash. And she's like, she said, "What? What is
She
that?"
decides to get petty. She decides it's time for me to be petty with this cash.
And Rose is like, "Here's the key. Guard us with your life.
All right.
And this is what you use. Like, you can actually pay out employees paychecks with it.
Say less.
Like, it's all yours. Like, because now, she has this big time job. And while she's in the office with Rose, this is where we meet Gus.
Nah,
Now-
Gus, man. This guy is so trash, bro.
Gus is like the most skeevy, disgusting guy I've seen in a movie in a very long time.
It's the way he's even like talking and he's like
His tongue.
bouncing his neck while he talks and he keeps adjusting his tie. Like it's like
His tongue, bro. He keeps sticking his tongue out. He's like, "Ugh, ugh." And I'm like, ew. It makes me cringe every time he talks. He's so disgusting.
Gus was a true creep.
So I want to fast forward a little bit. So there's a scene where he takes her out to lunch.
Wait, don't bury the lead now. The whole key of Gus is that Gus is sleeping with Sue Ellen's boss.
Yeah.
So like it's not just like
It's not a secret though. Everybody knows.
yeah, like it's not just a guy in the office. It's
Yeah.
like this guy that her boss is like casually dating, but they
They're
haven't
not
made anything
exclusive.
official.
Yeah, they're not exclusive, so there is that. It's not
Right.
like he's cheating technically.
So now he decides to pull up on Sue Ellen.
Yeah. Well, he asked Rose out for lunch first, but Rose had calls with New York or something, and she's like, I don't have time today. So then he was like, "Oh, like Sue Ellen, you want to go out to eat?" So she's thinking, "Okay, like fine, let's go. I get something to eat." She's kind of unsuspecting, doesn't really understand what Gus is trying to do here, and they're out to eat, and Gus is like, well, I kind of want to ask how old you are, but I know women don't like, when men ask about their age. And she's like, "No, we don't." And a regular person would be like, "Oh, okay, like, let's change topics." But this is Gus. He's not a regular person. So this is the line that, like, I'm going to read it because I just was like, I was so disgusted. He said, "I mean, I don't get it." He's like, "A woman gets older. She matures. She ripens. Juices start flowing. What's to hide?" I was like, "Oh."
Nah, man, come on, dog. That's not
It
gonna
was
work.
so disgusting. And she's just looking at him like, "Bro, what?"
I mean, the other thing is like, and I feel like this has been all the talk with like the whole Kendrick Lamar Drake thing, and like Drake likes young girls, and
yeah.
And I feel like there's a legal line, of course, of like if this person's over this age, they're
They can
legal and it's
consent.
okay.
But
But I also feel like if I gotta ask, like,
how old?
are you old enough?
Yeah, they're probably not old enough.
Then, bro, that also means I'm like sexually attracted to someone who might be a teenager.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like if I gotta ask as like a 40-year-old man,
Yeah.
then probably I should just be leaving her alone.
Exactly. That's the point here. But Gus does not leave anything alone. Gus leans in.
Nah, he leans all the way in, bro. And then it's the thing, it's like she doesn't tell him how old she is.
No,
so
she
for all
can't.
he knows, she could be 21.
Yeah.
Which again, like legal,
Yeah.
but a little dicey. And like, barely legal.
And on top of that, it's not even just the fact that she's young. It's the fact that she's clearly not interested. That really bothered me.
It's the fact that she works for the woman that you're messing with.
Well, yes, but people are messy at work.
Like that's incredibly like you can mess with anybody else in the office. Don't mess with the girl that you're seeing's assistant. That's so stupid.
Gus is trying to get a threesome in, baby.
Gus is insane. Because the thing is like it's not even it's like he's not really hiding it, but he's also
No.
like not really trying to let her know at the same time. So it's like
Yeah, it is
what
kind
is
of weird.
like what are you doing here?
Because
you're not open about what you're doing, but you're also not forthcoming.
Cause even when Sue Ellen was like,
Because he's gaslighting Rose the
oh
whole
yeah,
time.
yeah, he's like, no, I would never want to talk to her. Like, you're gonna believe
Right.
her, blah blah blah.
Right.
And it's like, bro, you're definitely trying to talk to her. And even when Sue Ellen will be like, wait, you're talking about us having sex, and he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's like, no one said anything about sex. And then he goes on to talk about like, well, maybe we'll have our first time sharing a cigarette in post-coital bliss. I'm like, come on, bro.
She's like, what are you talking about? You talking about sex? She's like, well, not unless you're interested.
Oh, that tongue. Oh, God, I hate it so much.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay, enough of Gus. I'm over
Nah,
it.
Gus was a true creep.
Enough of Gus. So as the movie progresses, we see that, oh, that's what happens. Sue Ellen and her siblings are out
They're at Chuck E. Cheese.
at Chuck E. Cheese, like, yeah, getting some pizza. And on their way out, there are some drag queens who apparently steal their car.
I don't know why. I don't know why they were drag queens, but they were.
But they were
dressed like Liza Minnelli and Marilyn Monroe. And he's like, "Hey, those drag queens are taking our car." It's like, what is happening?
No, he says, "Hey, what are you queens doing to our car?"
Oh, that's right.
What are you queens doing to our car? And then they're like, "We should call the cops." It's like, and say what? Liza Minnelli stole our Buick, and it's not even their car; it's the dead babysitter's car.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. They can't report it because technically they stole it to begin with.
Right. So at this point, they're like, well, who can we call that has a ride? At first, they tell Kenny, because two of Kenny's friends have a car. Like, oh, Kenny, like Lizard and some other weird name. And he's like, well, why don't you call them and have a car? And he's like, we don't have any money. And he's like, you have to blackmail your friends? You have to bribe your friends to get a ride? He's like, yeah. I'm like, these are not your friends, bro.
No.
Like, at all.
These are just a group of people that all like to get high.
Yes.
So that's why they all hang out.
And flunk out in school.
But they're not like...
supportive.
They're not. There's no sense of actual community outside of us all getting high, and it's also seems to be a group of people who like none of them have any ambition at all.
Yeah.
So that's established very early on in the film of like, oh man, if we keep failing like this, we're gonna be in high school forever. It's like, oh, that's awesome. So like they're true losers in every sense of the word.
Yes, absolutely. So now they're like, well, how are we going to get out of here? We don't want to call our aunt or one of mom's friends. Like, what do we do? And then she's like, oh, I forgot about Brian, old boy from
Clown Dog.
Clown Dog. So Brian comes through with his Clown Dog delivery truck and gives them a lift back home. And there's a part where like the kids are all inside. They're fighting over like the last, I don't know, dessert or something. And
because remember, they don't have food.
Yeah.
So then when Brian comes and he gives them like Clown Dog delivery.
Well, he offers it to them, and at first she almost didn't take it.
That's right.
And I was like, "Are you crazy?" She's like, "No, we're fine. I'm buying groceries in the morning." And
I don't
I'm
understand
like,
what she's doing.
This whole pride thing that people have in these movies, where it's like, "I'm not gonna accept your help. I don't need your money. I don't need your food." It's like you do,
but you actually do.
You
and
do.
Also, you have 4 younger siblings that you're trying to take care of. So it's not like your own pride, and then I'm gonna go eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich. It's like there's 4 of y'all in this house, 5 of y'all in this house,
and there's no food,
and you're basically their guardian at this point.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, take the hot dogs and burgers.
So he does eventually, and then he asks her out on a date to go down by the beach
to see the fish
because he's into like what is it? Was it oceanography? Did I make that up?
Something like that, marine biology. Something.
Yeah, oceanography. Yeah, he's into that. And so this is a part of the movie that I actually really liked. So, I'll get into it. So Brian and Sue Ellen go down to the beach. They're having this discussion, and they're talking about college and like what's next, basically. And Brian says that like, you know, he likes oceanography, but he's unsure if he wants to do that forever. And he has this quote where he says, you know, once you decide on something, it's all planned out. And then you're stuck in this plan because you just decided. And I was like, bro, this is kind of deep. Because like, this is kind of...
Yeah, it's real.
Because like, this is what life is, right? It's like you go into it and you're like, oh, I want to become, you know, insert occupation, teacher, nurse, lawyer, doctor. But then like, once you actually declare a major and you start taking classes in that, it's like, there's a certain shift where you're like, oh, like this is where my path is going. Like now I'm like on this path to do this career. And if you're not sure you want to do it, that could be very frightening because this is planning out the rest of your life, essentially.
I mean, I think that's what makes college is a little tricky because I think a lot of times people are like hesitant to select a major or they switch majors because they're like, oh, like this is what I'm going to end up doing. Granted, many people, I would even say most people, graduate from college and end up getting jobs that have nothing to do with their major altogether. But once you do start a career, at the very least, when we talk about, your early to mid 20s, and you like build a career in a certain space after 2, 5, 10 years, then it's like, this is just kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to switch careers at age 40. And I think, on some level, he's probably thinking about it prematurely, but the things that he was saying weren't wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that was like, that was definitely, it was a nice conversation. I think a lot of times in comedy movies, the dates and the romantic scenes are kind of like, all right, I could have just fast forwarded this.
Yeah.
But there was like good stuff in their interactions that didn't feel like it was just like a waste of time.
Yeah, I agree.
And I usually don't feel that way.
Yeah, I did like that interaction a lot. What I did not like, the playing of "I Only Have Eyes for You" in the background. This seems like misplaced. I'm like, this is a '90s movie. Like, why are we playing this old ass? Like, am I watching The Wonder Years?
Yeah, it did feel.
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah,
it took me out of the scene a little bit.
It was a little Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, what era is this? Yeah, it was a little odd.
I didn't care for that. But I did like Brian. Their conversation was good. And we're kind of seeing that he's a little bit unsure, but he's working, he's doing his job, he's doing what he can to make some money.
Remember those commercials? Sure.
Unsure. Deodorant, yeah. You gotta keep your arms down so people don't smell that funk.
Or you could just put on deodorant.
Well, if you're out, you can.
They were unsure.
But if you're out, it's not in your purse, in your back
true.
pocket. So
that's true.
You just gotta keep your arms down.
Gotta be sure.
Yeah,
Shout
that's the '90s. The '90s of it all. So like,
does Sure deodorant still exist?
I don't.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that in my local CVS in a long time. I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up. But
it's a hell of an aside. Sorry.
I kind of thinking about Sure deodorant and like the whole era. It kind of got me thinking about the little boy Walter and the game shows and Pictionary. Yo, I used to suck at Pictionary.
Wait, drawing or guessing?
Drawing.
Oh, okay.
The guessing, like if you can draw relatively good, I can kind of figure out where you're going.
Yeah,
but
you can't draw.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So I used to hate going. I'm like, guys, you sure you want me to go? Like, you gotta go.
Are you sure? Can't you just skip me?
Are you sure?
Yeah, unsure. We already skipped you 7 times, Adrian. You have to draw.
Yeah, I did. I was not really good at that.
I can't draw either. But, I try to come up with something that's like adjacent where it's like, I might not be able to draw, whatever, a cardinal, but like, let me try to. Maybe I'll draw a card, and then I'll draw like, I don't know. I'll draw something.
Card in all.
Yeah, there you go. draw a detergent bottle.
Oh god.
Card, the letter N, and then a detergent bottle. See if you can figure that out.
What a dummy. All right. I also want to mention this, too.
It's also kind of more fun when people are bad at drawing.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. If your team is yelling at you.
No, I want to win.
If your team is yelling at you because you suck, it's not that much fun.
No, yeah. You can need better friends.
Oh. Well, I also thought it was funny when they first had the babysitter, like, break bad, and she starts, like, she calls poor Zach's girlfriend a trollop.
Time for little boys to be in bed.
Can't you see him in the middle of a date?
And time for little trollops to go.
Wait, I can't.
I'm like, that was amazing.
She's a little girl. Leave
I like
her
that.
alone. You liked that?
That was hilarious.
But like, as she starts yelling at them, the music changes to the Twilight Zone theme.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, TZ. I love
she says,
Twilight
time
Zone.
for little trollops to go to their houses.
Man, I love Twilight Zone so much. I love that. Anyway, we kind of went off on a tangent there.
A little bit.
But we're still part of the thing. So at this point, Sue Ellen has been dipping into the petty cash. Let's go there. She realizes that she needs money, but she only gets paid on the 1st and 15th of the month. She cannot wait 2 weeks for her first paycheck. They have no food. So she dips into the petty cash and she's like, I'm just borrowing it. Like, I'm going to take some out.
Yeah, once I get my paycheck.
Yeah. So she
I'll put it
goes
back.
out and she buys like 6 bags of groceries
Right.
for the kids. And the very next day, like, she goes to work and Kenny's calling her. He's like, bro, we need more money. And she's like, bruh, I just bought groceries. And he's like, oh, me and my friends finished them all last night. We were high. Yo, when I tell
We
you,
had a serious case of the
when I
munchies,
tell you,
man.
I was so mad.
Now we got to talk about Kenny.
I was so mad. What are your thoughts on Kenny?
Kenny was so trash. Like, she asked him to do the dishes. What does he decide to do?
Oh God, shoot them.
He's skeet shooting the dishes off of his roof. His friends are tossing the dirty dishes into the air, and he's shooting them with like a BB gun. He's like, guess the dishes are all done now, man.
Oh my God.
And him and his friends are just like, they're just like consummate, like stereotypical losers.
Yes.
Who are not doing anything productive for themselves or anyone else. And the thing about it is too, is like Sue Ellen's the 17-year-old. Kenny's probably like 15.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to get a job to help feed us and our family and our siblings, then it's like, yo, I kind of need you to like
be a parent,
hold things down at home, because it's summer vacation.
The kids have nothing to do.
The kids are like, it's like, bro, like you're kind of supposed to be like helping out because you're one of the oldest. You're in high school, like and he's just,
you're old enough to babysit.
He's completely negligent. Like, he's not paying attention to his siblings at all. He's basically just hanging out with his friends, getting high, listening to rock and roll music. At one point, his brother falls off the roof.
Yeah, that's why he gets hurt, because he wasn't paying attention
because
to
he's
him.
not paying attention to him at all.
Poor little
So
Walter.
it's like, it's not even just the fact of him not being a good caretaker, but it's like, you're actually adding to the problems.
Exactly.
Because you know that this food was supposed to last us for the next couple of weeks, and you brought your friends over to eat up the food that was for your 10-year-old and 7-year-old siblings. Like,
it's crazy. So after Walter gets injured, Walter's now in a cast. So now he's definitely just like holed up watching television. And I'm trying to remember the timeline.
So this is what happens,
like,
right?
when did they spend all this money? Was this before or after his injury?
No, this is before the injury. That's
Okay.
how the injury happens, right?
Oh,
so,
he was trying. Okay.
So, because what happens is that they notice that she's dipping into the petty cash to get groceries.
Wait, can I pause you right here? Why is the petty cash, the entire box, at the house?
I have no idea. She should have just been borrowing it and
Yes,
then
from
leaving
the
the box
office.
in the office.
I mean, it's still stealing. I'm not saying she should have borrowed it at all. But if you're going to do it, why are you taking it home and leaving it unlocked around your siblings?
I also feel like, yes, it was still wrong, but I also feel like her boss kind of gave her a little bit of the green light of like, oh yeah, like we can use the petty cash for whatever we need. If you have a lunch, if you have whatever.
Yeah.
So then it was kind of like, nobody's really checking how you use this money. It just needs to be accounted for.
Right.
So she's like, oh, word? Like, I basically have a box full of cash in my desk when I'm broke and my siblings need to eat. Like, yeah, I'm going to dip into this cash.
But also, like, why is the whole box at your house unlocked?
Not to mention, we've already established that her siblings like to steal.
Yes.
They try to take money from the mom's suitcase at the beginning of the movie. So they're already little thieves. So then they see this box of cash.
Rats.
Yeah, they're definitely street rats. They see this box of cash and they're like, oh, like, Sue Ellen dips? I'm about to dip.
Yep.
So they dip.
Bruh.
But they don't just dip.
They dip?
They don't just dip.
They emptied that thing.
Like, they took, little man Walter took like a stack of cash. Like, his hand was full. His little 7-year-old hand was full. And he decides to buy an entertainment center because he's like, what's better than watching TV?
Right.
It's like watching a nice TV with a beautiful sound system. So he spends like $1,000 on like this insane system with like satellite and all this stuff. So at one point, while he's trying to watch this new TV, he's trying to get the satellite to work. It's not working.
Right.
And that's when he asks Kenny to help. Kenny's like, chill out, bro. I'm with my friends. He's trying to make burnt waffles or whatever. He's trying to make waffles, but they're all burnt. And him and his friends are eating all the waffles.
Oh, yeah, because he started watching a cooking show.
They're watching Julia Child.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, Julia's lit. And so he started.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when little man Walter tries to climb up on the roof to fix the antenna himself, falls off the roof, and breaks his leg.
So I will say that's kind of the point in the movie where Kenny starts to become more responsible because he
Mhm.
realizes like, yo, my little brother could have been very seriously injured, worse than
Right.
he was, because I was not paying attention.
And Lord knows Kenny needed to turn around.
He really did.
He went from like the least likable character in the movie to like arguably the most likable by the end. Like I really liked Kenny at the end of the movie. I did not see that coming
at
all.
all. But yeah, he starts like whipping up these different batches of like waffles and different pastries. He's really into cooking. He realizes
Julia
like
Child, man.
this is something that I'm good at and I really enjoy doing, and it's helpful to the family because he's able to use different ingredients to feed his siblings.
Not to mention, we also have to go back to like Sue Ellen, who her nickname is Swell, apparently.
Yeah.
So she's at work, but she doesn't know how to do any of this work.
Oh yeah.
She finds this other assistant secretary person who works for someone else who's actually been looking forward to trying to get some of this work because she's in a junior position to Sue Ellen, but she knows how to make
She
these
wants
reports.
to move up. Yeah.
So Sue Ellen's like, yo, do you think you could help me with this stuff? She's like, oh,
I'd be honored.
I would love to help.
Yeah.
So she basically has this other woman like doing these reports for her.
She does. Because she has no idea how to do any of this stuff.
No.
So she's delegating.
Meanwhile, Zach's mom from Kindergarten Cop is like plotting against Sue Ellen because she's like, yo,
who is she?
this woman stole my job.
Yeah.
David Duchovny is tight because he's also in a junior role.
He's trash, though. Can we please talk about this? The first time we see his character, he walks into Sue Ellen's office asking about some report. But the way he walks in, he's like, yo, where's the other broad that used to live in, who's working here?
Now, he comes in with
like,
all
bro,
the
what?
sexist energy you could muster.
All of it. All of it. And she's like, I'm on the phone. Like, she's clearly on a call. Yes, she's talking to Kenny, but he doesn't know that. He could be talking to someone else in the office. And he's like, hello. He's like snapping his finger. He's like, hello, where's my report? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Who are you? What's your position here? He tells her. And she's like, okay, I'm the executive, level assistant. So like, how about you run your little self downstairs? And when I'm ready with your report, I'll call you. And he's like, oh, like, what a bitch, obviously.
Right.
And it's like, but like you came in with mad negative energy, and all she did was match your energy and tell you to have a seat. So I don't think she was wrong. It's like, bro, like you're spazzing. I'm on a phone call. Relax.
It was definitely, he was giving Dr. Chilton vibes. But I feel like he and Zach's mom were both like, I don't know if jealous is the right word, but maybe, because it's also like we're in low-level positions in this company, trying to work our way up. This girl comes in out of nowhere, and she's already pulling rank on us.
Yes.
And like, who is this girl? And actually, does she, like, what did she do to earn this?
Yeah.
So that's when they start like trying to dig into like, who is this person? And let's catch her out because there's no way that she's actually qualified for this job.
Yes.
How is she in this position and we're not?
Exactly.
So they basically team up to like plot against her, trying to get her fired and trying to figure out like where she comes from.
Right.
This is when the assistant, the receptionist finds out that this other woman is doing all of the reports for Sue Ellen.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh, perfect. She's not even getting her job done.
I'm about to tell Rose.
Yeah, I'm snitching all day and get this girl out of here. So she snitches like, yo, did you know? Like, Sue Ellen's not actually even doing these reports. I actually got handed these reports from whatever that other woman's name was. She's actually been doing these reports whole time.
The whole time.
So Rose is like, word?
The whole time?
The whole time. So Rose is like, word? Yo, Sue Ellen, I'm so proud of you. Such great delegation. So she's tight.
She's like, are you kidding me?
No way.
You kidding
I thought this was going to be the final blow.
Right. Didn't work.
So the next thing is, well, actually.
Remember, Sue Ellen finds out. So Sue Ellen's out by the receptionist's desk, walking by or whatever, and she sees a clown dog bag. And she's like, clown dog, like, why would they deliver all the way out here? Because it's completely, I guess, outside of where they normally would deliver their food. And she's like, oh, my little brother works there. So she's like, oh, snap. Her brother is her love interest. So now she's like, oh, there's no way that they can find out that I'm the same person because I'm lying about my age to get this job. And the sister clearly hates me. So, I don't want her telling her brother that it's me and vice versa. So the what's his name?
Brian.
Brian invites her like to hang out with his sister and her boyfriend, and she's like, no, I don't want to do that. And Brian's kind of blown. He's like, well, can I come by your job and like drop off flowers or something? And she's like, no, I can't tell you where I work. And he's like, why are you being so secretive? Like, he wants to get to know her. He wants to like, essentially try to be with her.
And this is when their young relationship is already on the rocks.
It's on the rocks, man. It's on the rocks.
Because he's like, oh, like, you're being mad, like, secretive.
Mad cagey.
Cagey, yeah. So then he's just like, yo, I don't think this is actually working.
Yeah.
So he kind of storms off because he's tight because she's like, why won't she tell me anything about her personal life or about her job? And why doesn't she want to meet my sister?
Yeah.
So then it's just like, yeah, like, he storms off. Like, presumably this relationship is over.
Sad face.
Meanwhile, come to find out, this business is on the rocks as well.
Yeah.
Because Rose had basically had plans to sell uniforms to this school district, and the district decided not to go with their plan.
Well, because the kids learned about the possibility of uniforms and started like a revolt.
Yeah, she said they were burning uniforms on an effigy.
I was like, wow.
So that's like, damn, that's intense. So she's like, yeah, like, we're about to go under. Like, this whole thing is a wrap. Like,
we're about to lose our jobs.
Yeah, we got to figure out an exit plan.
You about to lose your job.
you
about to lose your job.
You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing.
But Sue Ellen's like, this can't happen because, like, I need this money.
I need this bread. At least for the next 2 months, I guess. She's only going to get 4 paychecks, but
hey,
it's 4 paychecks to keep food on the table until mom
she's
gets
like,
back.
this is not going to work. So now she's thinking, like, I have fashion sense. I mean, Joelle doesn't think that she does, but
she didn't have fashion sense up to this point. I will say, she did put together some nice outfits once she started working.
Yeah, she looks nice.
The outfits that she had on at the beginning of the movie, they were trash. Once she started like actually going into the office, she had some decent fits.
Yeah, remember she was looking up different like fashion magazines, how to do her hair, her makeup,
had the little blazers.
Yeah,
she was
she
doing
looked nice.
things.
So now she's like down where they have like all the different uniforms laid out, different clothing, and she's trying to figure out like
the warehouse area.
What can I do that can save this company? Like, how can I put together these certain fits that's gonna work? And now she discovers like, oh, I got great fashion sense, and I can actually design. Like, she can design fashion.
Who knew?
Who knew? So she starts drawing up these different things, and she's like, oh, we could do this, that, and the other. And she brings the idea to Rose, and she's like, what do you think? And Rose is like, I love this. This is great, but New York is never gonna go for this. So we need to just kind of like have like a fundraiser. Maybe like you can rent a banquet hall, and we can do an event, and you can present these styles, to the higher ups. So she's like, well, of course she has no money left because the petty cash, she took all of it.
Her siblings took all of it.
Well, yeah.
They emptied it out.
They all took all of it.
They emptied it out.
So she's like, I don't got money for that. So in her mind, she's like, well, we can just do it at my house. My house is fabulous. It's huge. And I mean, fabulous is an understatement. That house is the backspace, the pool area.
Yeah, the whole pool. Like a pool.
First of all, so Rose decides that this is a good idea. They're gonna have this event at Sue Ellen's house. So Sue Ellen goes back home to her siblings, and she basically is like, "Look, we gotta stick together. We gotta do it. If we don't do this, like, we're going to jail. Like, we stole money. The babysitter's dead. Like, this is a hot mess. We gotta make sure this plan works." So they all just agreed to band together for the very first time in the movie. And they're all doing things like Kenny is mowing the lawn. You have Melissa spraying down the windows
with the
super soaker gun. I mean, whatever works. Then you have the lover boy Zach has dog helping him collect newspapers because apparently there's like 500 newspapers scattered all over their house for some reason. I'm not quite sure why that
house was so disgusting, man. It looked like an episode of Hoarders. It was so bad.
It was really horrendous. The kitchen was the worst nightmare. That's
the other trick is like, she basically decides, since I'm going to have this thing at my house, I can charge a bunch of different things, quote unquote, make up fake receipts as to how this money was spent.
Yeah, that was great.
And that way they'll never recognize that we took the money to make this entertainment center and to buy groceries.
Exactly.
So then she's like, oh, like we got an ice sculpture. And then she just ends up like making it herself.
No,
with
Kenny's
her
friends, remember, had like the thing and they were Kenny's friends did it.
Right.
And they did a good job. It was like someone playing a guitar. It was like a huge guitar or something.
And they did,
sculpture.
and he had Kenny's friends were doing valet service. So it was like
somewhat, but
yeah. We're on a break, man.
They were somewhat doing that.
Kenny's friends didn't really have much of a redemption arc.
They helped with to be fair, this set that they built over the pool, I'm like, how did they do this? They're like chopping wood somehow, and they make like a platform so that the models were Sue Ellen's friends. Sue Ellen's friends
They came back from
Europe, and they're going to be used as the models for these outfits that Sue Ellen has designed. Of course, looking at her friends, what do we have? A token black girl.
Of course.
We have to have one.
It wasn't Gabrielle Union yet.
It was not.
It was before her time.
It was not
Gabrielle.
10
years later, that definitely would have been
Yes,
Gabrielle.
you're absolutely right. The friends
that's the thing, though. These outfits that she put together,
bruh,
they're awful.
They were terrible.
They're terrible. And I was like, yo, like this is supposed to be the big climax of this film. These outfits is like, oh, we rethought how to make a uniform for a referee and for a
nurse,
and like it was
Boy
like
Scouts.
Oh man, the outfits were mad colorful, mad bright. I was like, I don't want a nurse coming into my hospital room looking like that. I'd have been like, absolutely not, with a mini skirt
with orange tights and like hot pink lace up sneakers.
Yeah, it was, and I definitely don't want my basketball referee looking like that because I would not be taking him seriously at all.
Or her.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But yeah, the outfits, they came out and I was just like, am I missing something? Because
nah, they were so bad.
I didn't understand what was going on. Everyone was like, yeah, this is amazing. And of course, at this time, it's the climax. So now you have Brian is trying to apologize to Sue Ellen. He says that he's lonely without her. He wants her back in his life.
Well, he says. He announces.
Yeah, so he's driving down the street.
Driving the damn clown dog truck.
With a megaphone.
Making an announcement like he's, say anything.
He's like, Sue Ellen, I've been thinking about you. I need you in my life. Blah,
John
blah, blah.
Cusack.
I was like, bro, what is happening? And she's trying to like have this fashion show. She's trying to like MC and announce these different outfits. He's yelling on the speaker. So now she's getting nervous and she has to like cut her friends different things short. She's like, yeah, okay, next. Thank you. And they're like, we're not done yet. Next. So as this is going on, she's trying to rush through. We have Brian on the speaker and then Kenny sees that their mom is back 2 weeks early. Dun, dun, dun. And again, I'm thinking, she didn't call them and say, hey, guys, I'm coming home?
No.
Oh, okay.
She didn't. She called him a number of times early in the film, but they kept rushing her off the phone.
Yeah, the babysitter's on a date. The babysitter's
They kept
busy.
making excuses about where the babysitter was. So I guess she figured, I'm coming home early. It's summer. It's not like they're doing anything anyway.
Yeah.
They're home with the babysitter. Like, I'm going to surprise them.
Oh, okay, maybe.
But then she ends up surprising herself because they're like, oh no, like we're busted.
Busted. And then Kenny tells her that, and she's like, oh my gosh, Mom. And then the mom's like, Sue Ellen, you're in so much trouble. And it's like, oh, snap. So the whole thing
This also didn't make a ton of sense to me.
What?
Like, why is the mom so upset?
Yeah, I'd be like, what's happening? I'd be more confused. Like, I'd be like, wait, what's...
Like, she was like... she was like livid.
Yeah, and the house is spotless.
That's exactly my point. Like,
they fixed up your home.
Your house looks significantly better. Yes, there happens to be a fashion show happening in your backyard. But you also have like catered crudités, and your house is spotless for the first time in God knows how long. Like, I would have let it play out.
Yeah, but like, what's happening?
I wouldn't be mad.
I'd be more confused. Like, what's...
I'd have been like, okay, like, my house looks nice. I have these weird guests at my home, but let's see where this goes because this is not the worst surprise you could come home to.
No.
I didn't understand why she was so mad.
And yeah, so Mom's pissed off, and then Sue Ellen kind of puts her foot down with the mom because the mom's like, I don't understand what's happening here. Like, you lie. And then, of course, Sue Ellen does this whole thing on the microphone where she explains the fact that she's like, I'm only 17. And the thing about this is, so rewinding just a little bit, the receptionist and David Duchovny, because I don't know what his name is, they end up, his name is Bruce. They end up finding Sue Ellen's purse that she left in her office for some reason.
With her ID
With her
in
ID.
it, and
Her
her
wallet.
wallet, yeah.
Didn't make any sense.
It's like, oops.
So they're like, oh, what's this? And again, why would I think to snoop through this lady's purse? Like,
They were snooping through her old desk.
I know, but they found the petty cash receipt. So they were like, oh, she's not stealing. She's just paying for the party. So at that point, you have nothing on her. Let it go. I'd have been like, all right, I was wrong.
Nah.
And I would have left it.
They were like, let's search her whole office until we find something. Because they wanted her out of here so bad.
But yeah, so her purse is there with her wallet. It made no sense. They open it and they're like, oh my God, she's only 17. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So they take a photocopy of her ID and they bring it to Rose at the event. And they're like, she's like, Rose, like, look, she's a child. And Rose does not buy it for a second. She's like, all right, you're really stooping low with this one. This is ridiculous. Like, enough is enough, basically. Get out of my face. So at that point, she's like, oh, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do. But then, of course, Sue Ellen ends up outing herself when her mom shows up and she tells everybody, I'm so tired of pretending. I just want to take care of my siblings. I didn't want to do any of this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Has a breakdown. And Rose is not mad at all.
No.
She's like, oh, New York loved it. Like, they think it's a great idea. They thought it was great that I hired a teenager. And
Listen, if the plan works,
yeah, she's like, I don't care anything about it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you want a job?
how mad is she gonna be? Like, you graduated, right?
Yeah, like, you want a job?
All
Like,
right,
come work
like,
for
let's
me.
go. Like,
Yeah.
you also kind of saved the company.
Not to mention, she also let her know that Gus was a dirtbag. So she was able to
That's
avoid
right.
that. So she's like, yeah, like, girl power. Like, let's do this. We don't really need, you can come work for me. So, but Sue Ellen's like, no, I don't really want to do that. Like, thanks for the offer, but like, let's have lunch next week. I guess they're just friends.
She decides to go back to school.
Yeah.
Which she had not decided upon at the beginning of the film. Meanwhile, Kenny has now found a passion for cooking and
man.
baking.
And he cut his hair. He looks
He
great.
cut his hair. He became responsible. He actually made all the food for the fashion show party.
He started taking Melissa to her softball tryouts.
Oh yeah, he was. Oh man,
Or the games. Like,
that scene with him and his sister was the best part of the whole movie.
they were fighting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
good.
yeah.
It was so funny.
So basically, Sue Ellen was working late trying to come up with these new drawings for this fashion show, and in the meantime, Kenny is home taking care of the kids. I mean, he's
cooking and
cleaning the
cleaning.
house. He's cooking. He's going to like these practices. He's watching TV with Walter. He's doing all these things. And Sue Ellen comes home late from night, and she's like, "Where are the kids?" And he's like, "So and so's at the friend's house. The other two were in bed." And he's like, you came home really late. You see him like scrubbing the inside of the oven, like he's cleaning up. And she's like, it smells like something burned in here. And he's like, well, I knew you're going to be 3 hours late. I would have adjusted my dinner plans. And she's like, what's wrong with you? And he's like,
You haven't even said how nice the house looks. You're off at the office all day doing interesting office things. I'm stuck here cooking and cleaning and mowing, helping Melissa with her fastball, being a role model for Zach, spending quality time with Walter, doing your party shit. You've got the car and you don't even take me anywhere anymore. And when was the last time we went out to dinner together, huh?
and they get to this whole like a husband and wife type argument. And it's perfect the way they do it. Absolutely perfect.
It was so spot on. It was like the husband that works too late and the stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
And he's like, you just take the car and leave whenever you want. You never think about taking me out anywhere. And it was so perfect.
Yeah,
I was actually
scene.
cracking up.
Yeah, that was the best scene by far. And then
So yeah, I mean, Kenny turns it around, and then at the end, he tells one of his stoner buddies that he's like, "Yo, I actually think I want to go to culinary school."
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I guess that's cool, man." So yeah, like he kind of has a turnaround. Sue Ellen decides to go back to school. The only thing is, for me, I was like, yeah, I feel like she should have just took the job.
That's what I thought too. Okay, it wasn't just me because I was like, bruh, you be straight out making serious money for out of high school. I think her job was like $37,000.
Yeah, which is
like,
probably
bruh.
at least 65 now.
Like, bruh, take that money.
So it's
and
like,
run.
bro, you making $60K as a 17-year-old?
You've already proven yourself.
And you're already pulling rank on these people who have been there, like, and then now you've also saved the company, like.
She moved up really fast.
And Rose is all Team Sue Ellen.
Yeah,
like, she's gonna vouch for you regardless. So like, you're actually good, and you can use this. But anyway, I guess she wanted to do things the hard way.
You gotta give the old college try.
Yeah, she decides to give it an old college try. It's also 1991, so college doesn't cost $90,000 yet, which is nice.
And also back then it was like, you got to go to college. Like it was like it was almost like instilled in you that like, ingrained in you. It's like, you go to high school, you go to college, you work. Like that was the plan.
Yeah, I feel like that was, I feel like it was more so like the expectation of her going to college more so than like the practicality of it. Because the practicality is
that was my daughter. I'd be like, girl.
She should have took the job.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, she grows up. Kenny grows up. The house is clean.
She and Brian make up.
She and Brian make up, and it's lit.
Ew, this was fun.
I liked it. Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, this was a fun movie.
I feel like I used to always see like ads for it, and I just thought it was gonna be some stupid movie, and I just never. I was like, I'll pass. But I'm actually glad this was suggested because I had a really good time watching this for sure. Did you have any quotes that you wanted to bring up?
I mean, we talked about a few of them. Obviously, the Kenny pretending to be a stay-at-home mom. That whole monologue was just like my favorite part of the film. There's one part though that made me laugh as well when he's being a bum with his friends, blasting music, and Sue Ellen comes in and she's like yelling at him with a towel on. I just had to take a shower. I'm getting ready to go to work. You're not doing anything around this house. You're not helping. Da da da.
I know where this is going.
She's yelling at him, and then she like storms off, and then he's like, "PMS City, man."
And I feel like back then that was always the thing.
Yeah.
If a woman did anything or yelled or got upset, it was like, "Oh, are you PMSing? Are you on your period?"
Yep.
It's like, bruh, that's not the only reason why people get upset.
Anytime, a woman was not, or a girl even in high school was not allowed to get upset or raise any type of concerns without being accused of PMS.
It's ridiculous.
And that was, I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. Maybe it was just the memory of like people saying
that time. Yeah.
But it was the way he was just like completely unbothered. PMS City, man.
I also was laughing at the time when Rose and Sue Ellen are like getting ready to leave the office after a long day at work, and she's like, "Yeah, go home, get a cucumber, put it over your eyes, and like just relax." And Sue Ellen's like, "I'm out of cucumbers," and she's like, "What? Every girl over 25 should have a cucumber in the house." And I was like, "Oh, ew."
All right. All right. Well, on that note, did you find any themes from this film?
I feel like the big glaring one was just getting older and becoming more responsible.
Yeah,
was the main theme because, like, as we saw earlier, for Sue Ellen and also Kenny, they both really didn't care at all about doing anything but lazing about and getting high. And once, push came to shove and it was like, we got to eat. What are we going to do? They did at the end come together and learn how to be responsible. And it took really the two of them to run this household efficiently to make sure that their siblings were being fed and all that. And I kind of like the part where, like, towards the end, Sue Ellen's mom is yelling at her and Melissa comes in. And she's like, she talks to Sue Ellen and she's like, "Thanks, Mom." I mean, Sue Ellen, because the whole time they'd been calling her mom. And the mom kind of saw it and was like, "Oh, like she's actually been acting like a mom to these kids." And she's like, "Mom, go lay down. We'll talk about this in the morning. Like, relax. I got it under control." And then mom's realizing like,
she sent her mom to her room.
Yeah. And it's like, she's like, oh, okay. But she's realizing the house is pristine. The kids are all fed. There's food that Kenny cooked. Like, she can't believe what's going on in the house, but they've grown and matured so much in a month and a half. But yeah, just growing, maturing, and actually taking on responsibility and learning how to take care for yourself when necessary. And also, it just kind of goes to show resiliency. It's like, you don't know how much you can do until you're forced to do so.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I think along those lines, like there was also this theme of like, having hidden talents and like a hidden talent just needs a sense of purpose in order to kind of come to fruition. So whether it's Sue Ellen identifying that like, oh, actually I'm good at fashion design, or Kenny recognizing that he had a passion for cooking, or even that assistant who like got an opportunity to make those reports.
Yeah.
Like they all had talents that they weren't able to use before. And they just needed like time and opportunity to be able to bring them to light, where they were able to kind of like thrive in those situations. So
Good stuff. A couple of fun facts real fast before we...
Yeah.
All right. So originally the script was written for Winona Ryder to play Sue Ellen, but she turned it down because she was working on Edward Scissorhands, which came out in 90, and Mermaids that came out in 90 as well. So she was too busy. Originally, the title of this movie was supposed to be The Real World, but they ended up changing it because the MTV reality series The Real World was coming out the following year. And they didn't want there to be some kind of confusion between the two. Initially, Jennifer Love Hewitt was cast as Melissa, the tomboy.
Yeah.
But she was forced to drop the role because the producers of another film, Kids Incorporated, would not let her out of her contract.
Dang.
Yeah.
Even kids getting signed at 360 deals. That's crazy.
Right? All right. I guess we'll go on to the ratings. I'll let you go first. I believe I went first last week.
Yeah. Like I said, I never saw this movie before. I really had a fun time watching it. I keep talking about that scene with Kenny pretending to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, that was definitely my favorite part. It was also just, like just watching this journey and how are they going to get out of it and what's going to happen, where's the money going to come from, and it was just fun to kind of see the hijinks. The jokes throughout the film were pretty good. I had a fun time with this rewatch, or my first time watch. I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
4 out of 5. Yeah.
Well, I mean, should I just say ditto? Because that's basically what I had in my mind as well as a 4. This was really, really fun. Of course, some things didn't make sense. Like, they didn't even check her ID when they hired her.
No.
They had absolutely no proof as to how old she was, where she lived.
I'm not sure her checks were being cut, but,
none of it. Health insurance, because she was able to go and take him to the hospital, and he got a broken leg. That's pretty costly. And she had money to pay for that.
She said it was covered.
Unclear how that happened. But, it's an old 90s comedy.
Definitely a comedy.
Kind of a dark comedy, but it was fun. It was fun. I did know this is a PG-13 film. So a good amount of shits in this movie. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't notice that.
I was like, oh, this is PG-13. Interesting. But a lot of fun. I'll give it a 4.
It's funny because by the end of the movie, I actually forgot all about the babysitter, which is like the central part of like the title, like "Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead." I would have assumed that this movie was more so about them covering up someone dying, but it really isn't about that at all.
Yeah.
And by the end of the movie, I actually forgot about the babysitter altogether. Like,
Until Mom says
I wasn't
something?
thinking about it. No, it's the final scene of the movie.
Yeah, where Mom says,
where the morgue guys.
Yeah.
Where they show the headstone.
Yeah. And the headstone.
And they're like, oh, be nice to this lady. She gave us all this money.
Yeah.
So then it was like, oh, yeah, she did die. I was like, I wasn't even thinking about her.
The very last thing that Mom says to her is, hey, where's the babysitter? And then she looks at Brian and they're like, huh? And it's like, oh, I forgot. Yeah. It was fun.
Good
Kudos.
Yeah.
Well, keep those requests coming. Hit us up at RR90spod on IG. We're also on Twitter and Facebook and all the other things. And then also says email if you like. The email is rewindrewatch1990s@gmail.com. Any final words or thoughts?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
See you later.
Later.